While it is common for companies to hire lobbyists with connections to political parties, activists say the history of staff on Facebook's India policy team, as well as their incentive to keep the government happy, creates a conflict of interest when it comes to policing hate speech by politicians. Okay, again, we're getting back to this guy who was highlighted in the beginning. And again, we're going to focus on this conflict of interest. Before joining Facebook, Thukral had worked in the past on behalf of the BJP. Despite this, he was involved in making decisions about how to deal with politicians' posts that moderators flagged as violation of hate speech rules during the 2019 elections, the former employees tell Time. His Facebook likes include a page called I Support Narendra Modi.
Look at this. We have some homophobes in the live chat. Again, a lot of Hindutva homophobes just are perfect. You just come here and they expose their own homophobia. This is great. I love it. Homophobia spread. Yeah, just like the Muslims, you just don't have to let them speak until they expose their own homophobia. But you continue.
Okay, so former Facebook employees tell Time they believe a key reason Thukral was hired in 2017 was because he was seen as close to the ruling party. So former employees are alleging that he was hired because of his close relationship to the BJP. In 2013, so now we're getting more into this background and his connections to the BJP here. In 2013, during the BJP's eventually successful campaign to win a national power at the 2014 elections, Thukral worked with senior party officials to help run a pro-BJP website and Facebook page. The site, called Mera Bhavrosa, which means My Trust in India. I'm kind of pronouncing it like it's Spanish. So this website that he was in charge of running also hosted events, including a project aimed at getting students to sign up to vote, according to interviews with people involved in documents seen by Time. A student who volunteered for Mehra Barosa project told Time he had no idea that it was an operation run in coordination with the BJP, and that he believed he was working for a nonpartisan voter registration campaign. According to the documents, this was a calculated strategy to hide the true intent of the organization. By early 2014, the site changed its name to Modi Bharosa, meaning Modi Trust. So that's when they actually became explicit in their partisan affiliation and began sharing more overtly pro-BJP content. It is not clear whether Thukral was still working with the site at that time. So it's not clear if he was still involved when it became explicitly BJP affiliated, or at least honest about its affiliation. In a statement to Time, Facebook acknowledged Thukral had worked on behalf of Mehrabad Rosa, but denied his past work presented a conflict of interest because multiple people are involved with significant decisions about removing content. Quote, "We are aware that some of our employees have supported various campaigns in the past in India and elsewhere in the world," Facebook said as part of a statement issued to Time in response to a detailed series of questions. Quote, "Our understanding is that Shivnath's his first name. Shivnath's volunteering at the time focused on themes of governance within India and are not related to the content questions you have raised." Now Thukral has an even bigger job. In March of 2020, he was promoted from his job at Facebook to become WhatsApp India Public Policy Director. So now he is the Public Policy Director of WhatsApp in India, which has a user base of, I think it was, 440 million? So he's dictating the public policy for 440 million users. In the role, New Delhi tech policy experts tell Time one of Thukral's key responsibilities is managing the company's relationship with the Modi government. It's a crucial job because Facebook is trying to turn the messaging app into a digital payments processor, a lucrative idea potentially worth billions of dollars. So guys, this is the most important part of Facebook's interests that they're trying to protect and further within India. Okay? This is what it comes down to. Well, one of the most crucial things that it comes down to. In April, Facebook announced it would pay $5.7 billion for a 10% stake in Reliance Jio, India's biggest telecoms company, which is owned by India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani. On a call with investors in May, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg spoke enthusiastically about the business opportunity. Quote, "With so many people in India engaging through WhatsApp, we just think this is going to be a huge opportunity for us to provide a better commerce experience for people, to help small businesses and the economy there, and to build a really big business ourselves over time," he said, talking about plans to link WhatsApp Pay with Jio's vast network of small businesses across India. Quote, "That's why I think it really makes sense for us to invest deeply in India." So they're trying to build very long-term relationships here.
I mean, I don't blame them for that.
Yeah, to protect these interests, they're going to have to be cozy with the people in power. But WhatsApp's future as a WhatsApp's future as a payments application in India depends on final approval from the national payments regulator, which is still pending. So they might not be able to secure what they're investing so much in. Facebook's hope for expansion in India have been quashed by a national regulator before. In 2016, when the government's telecoms watchdog said Free Basics, which was Facebook's plan to provide free internet access for only some sites, including its own, violated net neutrality rules. One of Thukral priorities in his new role is ensuring that a similar problem does not strike down Facebook's big ambitions for WhatsApp Pay.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No... Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free... It's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.